I'm sorry, I think I told you I had a sore throat today, and it's
what's that all
decided
about?
We're going to talk about... maybe, James, we've removed our masks out in public places, and now I'm catching everything.
That's it.
I'm a victim.
We're going to talk about your sore throat in a second, what you're doing for it, but
it's giving me a tickle. This is going to be a really great podcast with me coughing in the background.
We've already slagged off. Don't forget, we've slagged off psychiatrists and dermatologists, and now you've got a tickle and a cough. So, yeah.
This podcast have to be deleted forever. So you have to remember that my job is to see people that come in unwell. So I have a totally warped view of the population. And it's why generally doctors aren't allowed, they have to be trained very specifically in public health, because otherwise you see a slanted view. So it would be, I couldn't pass comment because everyone I see is sick. Otherwise they wouldn't come and see me.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes you get people for health checks, or they just come for their cosmetics. That's different. But generally people tend to be ill when they see me, or friends reach out to me, usually sick, or there's a problem. So I'm not the right person to pass comment. The question is, are viruses evolving? Yes, for sure they are, because that is nature. That is how natural selection works effectively. And it doesn't just work for humans, it's also for other different types of living organisms, of which viruses are one. But also our ability to identify them, people to present with them, also becoming more common and more scientific. Yeah, absolutely. So it's like when we talk about ADHD, for instance. I had a conversation with a psychiatrist recently about how ADHD in adults is becoming more prevalent. And we had the debate, is it really more prevalent, or are we just testing? Are people becoming more aware? We have social media, we have Professor Google, people are becoming aware of the symptoms and sharing information more. So I don't know. I'm not the right person to answer. Your professor of public health from Canada that you catch up with regularly is probably the right guy to answer that question.
All right, I got to talk to Dr. Isaac Bogosh. I've never caught up with him, but I want to, because I think you got to look him up online. He's awesome. Maybe we need
to get him on.
I know. I gotta work that. I gotta send a few messages out there and see if I can't connect. He's like the celebrity guy now. So, but
not easy.
He's gonna say what?
You get left with me.
So what's going on with your throat? What's going on with the cold? What is this? What have you got? Why have you got a cold? Like you should have. You don't know what it is? It's not a cold?
I don't think I have a cold. I have seen a few patients this week with viral sore throats.
Oh.
Often with sore throats, people think, I've got strep throat, or I've got tonsillitis.
Yeah.
And the reality is that most sore throats tend to be viral, and they tend to go away on their own.
Okay.
And very rarely do you need to have antibiotics. So usually if you've got big white spots on your throat, and I did have tonsillitis actually a few months ago, or an exudate, or you've got multiple fevers, you've totally lost your appetite, generally very lethargic, and things are getting worse rather than better, then yes, it could be that you have a bacterial throat infection. But usually most of them are just viral. So I just need to ride it out, James. It's one of those.
So what are you doing?
Ride the wave.
Honey and tea, lots of water.
I always say warm water with honey and lemon, and drink plenty of fluids. Which I do anyway, and theoretically you're supposed to rest, but that's also hard in everyday life, isn't it?
Yes.
Telling a mum of 3 young children to rest is well, it's just nonsensical. But
it's not happening.
But that's theoretically what you're supposed to do, is rest and let your body's immune system be used to attack what it is that you have, as opposed to keeping you afloat and running around.
Are you powering back on the probiotics?
I should be, yes.
But you're not.
Yes, probiotics are great. Everyone should be taking a multivitamin a day, cod liver oil tablet or a vegan alternative, and probiotic. But you need to get good quality.
I know I know. I only go with one brand of probiotic. I'm very.
Yeah, you're really funny about your probiotics,
oh yeah,
aren't you?
I BioK. I'm a BioK person all the way, because and part of it is again we gravitate towards wherever we're from. And in Canada, BioK in the hospitals is prescribed when they give antibiotics. So they will give BioK as well, because kill all the bacteria.
Okay, so it's probably got a lot. If it's given in the hospital, there will fundamentally be science and research behind that particular
there's
product.
Quite a bit of science behind it.
So it's
3 strains only in this thing, and they've tested. So I love BioK stuff, and it's a premium. You pay for it, but I'm very happy with it.